Hello and welcome again to Let's Play Shadows of Om. This is Policy of Madness. We're still in the Underdark. I am, frankly, about done with the Underdark. I could spend all damn year in Athkatla doing all those little quests, but once I'm in the Underdark, I'm done. Man, the Underdark just isn't fun for me. It's so buggy. So many of the things that aren't bugs but are intentional are just irritating design decisions. You know, I'm ready to be done with this. When we, destroyed our... Yeah, we created these wands with the wish spell, that we were casting through an image. And, when we destroyed the image, we got the wands back, and, that's what I thought should happen. But it didn't seem to happen when we did that before. So I went back and I rewatched that video, and I realized that we were going... When I went back to look for the wand, I think there's actually should be more than one wand. I was looking in here, and there's clearly no wand there. But that's actually not the room where we were doing the shit. Yeah, look there.
Whatever you want.
There's a wand. Or wands. I think there's actually two. Yeah. Nothing exciting there. But, we do like to loot. Like every damn thing. Even the shit we don't really need. What's that?
I'm waiting.
Some kind of little looty thing we don't really need. So we do have almost 2 complete days before the, we have to turn in this, stupid quest to, Ardalasi. And we're going to use that time to do some shit here in Usnatha.
Of course. Yes.
Last time I was talking about crime and how does crime end up clustered in certain areas. Areas that are mostly inhabited by people who are not very wealthy. And so there ends up being this correlation between poverty and crime. And people read that as meaning that
If that's what you want.
poor people are just more criminal than wealthy people. This guy will sell you these things. They'll pop out of their little cage and they'll be dire charmed. That does not help you in any way because there's almost no combat that takes place on this map. There was like virtually no combat that takes place on this map. I think there's only 2 fights, and they both take place here. We've done one of them. Maybe we've done both of them. I know we've done one of them. And you can't actually remove this dire charmed thing from the area or take it into any of the houses, so it's completely useless.
Through destiny and might, we shall rule supreme.
so tired.
A service for me, except you don't even know who I am. I haven't given you a name, not my name, nor the drow name that I'm supposedly using in this place. And they're going to go, like the other people from the Illithid area, and, I don't know, tell all their friends that some random drow that they don't even know who this person is, did a nice thing for them, and as a consequence, the merchants in Athkatla will give me a discount. Or at least they would if my reputation weren't already 20, already maxed. Alright. We have this rope thing. I think. Yeah. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be kind of scary. Because this guy casts imprisonment on us, and there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to trust that the, which way do we get in? Here? Yeah. We just kind of have to trust that this imprisonment is not going to be the end of us.
This place will be your tomb.
Yeah, that's a frightening thing to see when you're playing solo.
The best surfacer is a dead surfacer.
The path to supremacy for a mayo lies either in the bedchamber or the books of the majors.
Okay. That actually makes logical sense, but it's a lie. Actually, if we were outed, I mean, like, legit outed in the city, we could, like, kill literally everyone in the city, and we'd be fine. Alright. Now we're going to actually face this lick. And you can actually see this happening.
Manus potentes ha! Manus potentes ha! Cresci ali.
If you know anything at all about the history of urban America,
Dio didici pecto.
Vocio.
Is that all?
if you know anything at all about the history of urban America, you can see this occurring. You know, as time passed in the United States. Oh, that was it, huh? Okay. Alright. I think he has some traps in here. In the early parts of American history, urban America was segregated even more severely than it is today. Alright. Just exploring his little house here.
Through destiny and might, we shall rule supreme.
Alright. This will probably get caught on their magic resistance, but that's okay.
In the name of Rome, we fight!
Manus potentes ha!
Nothing to do.
Incurtus purpur imperium. Incurtus pulver imperium.
Oh shit. That's okay. Those little gems that he had are actually worth almost nothing. He does have some kind of other little, I don't know, thing. But, we're not gonna worry about that.
Oh, glory for the Dark Mother!
Alright. What shit's going on down here?
Incur. Incur.
I'm waiting. Just ask.
You are dust before the true God!
Okay.
Vita Mortis!
Mm,
Vita Mortis! Manus Gentes Ha!
shit loot, of course. Alright. Just wait for our sword to expire. There was a time when African Americans were absolutely barred from living anywhere except very specific neighborhoods.
Tell me all about it. Lord be praised! All victory is her doing.
Time is it? 104 hour 8. When did we get this quest? Day 103 hour 8. Okay. So we actually still have 2 complete days to do this. We're gonna go recover our spells in a protected environment.
What would you like?
So if the wish spell ends up giving us an option like horde wilting on everyone in the area, it's not going to break the game.
Nothing to it.
There came a point when that limitation started to be waived. People were now able to move into other neighborhoods. And as a consequence,
Magic has
all of the African Americans who were fairly well off and had the money to move promptly did.
I'm waiting.
And then what had been kind of crappy neighborhoods turned into unbelievably crappy neighborhoods. So the people who could flee the crime did. And the only ones that were left were the ones who were not able to flee. And so we ended up with a situation of what we sometimes call concentrated poverty. Poverty by itself is not, see, sometimes this is actually the best option. When you have a wisdom of 18, you're supposed to have at least one good option available. But sometimes this is literally the best option, and that could be a disaster if this is literally the best option available in Usnata. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect that.
Veritas. Credo.
Poor neighborhoods are not in themselves terrible. It's only when the poverty is very concentrated, when everybody in the neighborhood is poor, that poverty becomes a problem. But where does that crime come from? Like originally? We're talking about,
Careful now. My trap is set. Yes?
We're talking about people fleeing crime. Where'd that crime come from? You know, for them to flee. You're not fleeing crime if there is no crime. And to understand where the crime comes from, you first have to understand something about how the law is. There are some people who look at the law as like a cost-benefit. They do a cost-benefit analysis with the law. This is actually the whole idea behind you know, penalties and crime prevention. We assume that criminals are rational and that they will weigh the possible consequences of their actions with the possible benefits, and if we make it to where the benefits are not as high as the cost,
Tell me all about it.
if we make the cost-benefit analysis sufficiently in favor of costs, then they won't do it. You know, that's the whole idea. It would be a whole lot easier to just rest here. But obviously that's not what we're doing. That's called, I may have mentioned this before, the rational criminal. The rational criminal framework is that criminals are rational and they will behave in a rational fashion. And if you just make the penalties of crime severe enough, and you make it and you make it sufficiently likely that they will meet those penalties, then the people will figure out that it's not a good idea to commit this crime. That they're weighing the expected benefit and the expected cost of the crime. Yeah. See, all these kind of suck. That actually would have breached everybody in the area.
Vita Mortis.
Oh, that mind flayer is probably actually literally coming for me.
Vita Mortis.
So I'm gonna need to protect myself here.
Vita Mortis. Incactus Pulca Imperium. Incactus Pulca Imperium.
Alright. But there's another way to look at the law. And this is a way that a lot of people actually do look at the law. And that's the law is a moral imperative. If the law says, don't do this, a lot of people won't do it. Even if it would really be, you know, in their best interest to do it. Here we go, finally.
I will require healing. I will require...
Okay, I guess that's, guess that mind flayer's not coming after all.
Tell me all about it.
Alright. Now we're gonna go kick these, this other house's ass.
Whatever I'm waiting.
When you're driving down the street in the middle of the night, you know, it's like 3 o'clock and there's no traffic, and you reach a stop sign, do you stop? We reach a stoplight, do you stop and wait for the light to turn, even though there's literally no traffic? You can see plainly that there's no traffic. Now, if you do, if you obey the law, even when there is no consequence for disobeying it,
Just
and in fact disobeying it would bring you benefits, then you view the law as a moral imperative. There we are. That's treating the law as a moral imperative. What spells we got up? Magical energy, not fear.
Manus potentes pa!
What do you like?
Insertus Pulcher Imperium. Voxo
smack her with a stick. She's actually one of the more dangerous ones. Look at this. Still missing. Unbelievable. Alright.
Yes.
We're gonna need a second sword here, I think.
Incorrect. Tell me all. Nothing to it. I'm waiting. As you want.
This guy looks different.
Incorrect. Loth be praised. All victory is her doing. Of course.
Oh, never mind. What the hell was that? Bolt of Glory. Okay. Alright. I think there's traps in here. Shitty loot, as always. I think there's decent loot here on at least one of these people. Why do drow, like, literally never carry money? Shitty sword, 1 gold. Some gems. Good money. Like, for real, why does a drow keep a single gold piece in the closet? Alright, that's it. Just killed him for the hell of it, I guess. Don't actually need the money. Don't need the XP.
I'm waiting.
I'm one of the people who thinks of the law as
Tell
being a
me all
moral
about
imperative.
it.
You know,
If that's what you want.
when I come across a stoplight, even if it's
Whatever you desire.
dark and there's no traffic and there's nobody watching, I will still stop and wait for it to turn green.
Is that all?
So that lick for real had a tooth that I guess was his own and was removed or something. I don't even understand that. Ring of clumsiness, yep. It's definitely something we wanted. Actually, all this loot kind of sucks. I mean, the spells would be nice if we needed spells. I think we'll go to the front door now and sell some of this shit. And,
I'm waiting.
I'm gonna sit out a little time here.
Nothing to it.
So how you, you know, handle, essentially temptation to break the law depends on how you view the law.
Whatever you
If you
want.
view the law as a moral imperative, then you're not going to break the law. If you are behaving in what economists and people who are like economists call a rational criminal,
Do not question the matron mothers.
then you're going to break the law if you know you perceive it to be in your best interest to do so. If you perceive it to be most profitable for you to do so. So for people who do not view the law as a moral imperative, but instead view it as a, you know, as part of a cost-benefit analysis, let's see, what do we got here? Arrows of biting. Arrows of fire. Bolt of lightning. Bolt +2, bolt of biting. Okay.
The path to supremacy for a male lies either in the bedchamber or the books of the majors.
Oh yeah, all these drow keep telling me that story. I don't know if I buy it. In the case of someone who thinks of the law as being just, you know, if I do this, then the chances that I'm going to get caught are fairly high, and the punishment is not something that I want to deal with, so I'm not going to do it. For people who look at the law in that manner, whether or not you are going to be inclined to commit crimes is going to depend in a large degree.
Walk apart from house and queens to walk into the grave.
Whether or not you're going to obey the law or to break the law depends in a large degree on what your alternatives are. What are your legal alternatives? And by that I mean, if you were to work for a legitimate wage, How much money could you make? That's actually an important consideration. Dark +5. I wonder if I can sell it. I don't know why I still have it.
At your command.
Yep. Alright. What will he buy? No. No? I thought I got some depreciation there, but it looks like I didn't actually send him any of those. Okay. He could give us 10 gold for this thing. What are your legal alternatives? What is your alternative, your alternative legal wage? If you were going to, work for a living, how much money could you make? This is a fantastic weapon, but we can't use it. It'd be funny if I sold the silver blade. We will be selling the silver blade, just not right now. As long as you're counting up pros and cons, this is the benefit of committing this crime, and this is the downside. If you're behaving as a rational criminal, then crime is sometimes going to look like a good idea. I'll keep that.
Do not question the matron mothers.
Alright. I think we're done here. I don't know.
The path to supremacy for a mayo lies either in the bedchamber or the books of the majors.
Let's get rid of our crappy gems. So there are always going to be some people who look at the law in this cost-benefit way, and those people will always be available to commit crimes. And if your if your legal alternative is minimum wage, then you're more likely to commit the crime based on a cost, strict cost-benefit analysis. But the majority of people don't actually look at the law as being just in terms of, cost-benefit. Most people look at the law as a moral imperative, as a moral command. And the people who are poor and the people who are wealthy distribute on this at pretty much the same rate. The difference between a poor person committing a crime and a wealthy person committing the crime is primarily going to be in terms of how much money can you make. How profitable is this crime going to be? compared against how profitable is it for me to not commit the crime. Spook is actually a really nice spell, and I really wish I had room in my spell list for it. But I don't. Glitter Dust is kind of nice for the penalties, so I actually think we'll keep that. We'll keep Maze. We'll keep that too. I don't know why that spell exists. We'll get rid of that. We don't need it. We'll keep that. Alright, now we're done here. We're done dicking around. And actually I think that's it for this episode. Next time we'll be advancing the plot. We're going to turn in these gross things that we've been carrying around. And actually, although the Artelassi said she only needed one of them, she'll actually take them all off our hands. So next time we'll be doing that. And I'll probably be talking more about crime, because the game keeps distracting me. So join me then. Later.